Good evening, everybody. This is Dean Manheimer. It's my pleasure to be able to share with you what we call the Doobly story. What I want to do this evening is I want to give you a little bit of history. We're going to talk a little bit about the length of time that Doobly has been in business, what they've accomplished in that time frame. We're going to talk about the current offering to the public, and then at the end I want to kind of paint a bigger picture for you in terms of what the future looks like and the potential opportunity that exists for each one of you. Let me first of all begin by saying this. As Doobly was putting together their model, they looked at e-commerce, and they looked at the timeline in terms of e-commerce, and they saw that every now and then a company would come along that is called a game changer. Now, these are companies like iTunes, eBay, Amazon, Apple, just to name a few. Now, these companies went through what is called their formulation years. Now, these are the years that the naysayers were there. These are the years that the individuals would say it's too complicated, too difficult. People don't understand it. They've lost more money than they could possibly recoup in profits for years to come. Well, they went through those formulation years, and today they're very successful international companies. Well, Doobly is the next game-changing company, and they too have been going through their formulation years. So the first thing that's important is to take a look at the length of time this company's been in business and what they've gone through to get them to where they're at today. So let's start with a little bit of history. Now, they were founded in June of 2003. Now, the history of this timeline is very important to understand what this company has invested in terms of time to get them to where they're at today. Now, they started in 2003, and they went 3 years. Now, they went from 2003 to 2006 not generating one single dollar in sales. All they did was they spent money. Everything about their business model, the software development, relationships put together, contracts that needed to be negotiated, people that needed to be hired, it all took time. And in 2006, they felt good enough about what they'd accomplished at that time that they decided to run a test in 4 German-speaking countries and Denmark. Now, they ran that test for 2 more years, so that takes them to 2008. During that time frame, they did some modifications, some enhancements, and they felt good enough in 2008 that they chose to launch all of the EU simultaneously with what at that point was their business model. It was in the fall of 2008 that they launched North America with 1 component and 1 component only. In 2009, they introduced the shopping mall. In 2010, they introduced the entertainment division. In 2011, they introduced the development of the customer acquisition component. In 2012, they introduced the travel component, and they spent the entire year of 2012 integrating all of the pieces, all of the models, into one single component deliverable to over 200 countries on a global platform. 10 years, folks, to get to where they're at today. 10 years of going through the trials and tribulations, the formulations, the things that all new companies need to go through. But when you deal with technology, it took them much longer than they anticipated to get to where they're at today, which is truly their base, their foundation, and it's cost them a considerable amount of money more than they ever dreamed it was going to cost them. Now, they are a publicly traded company on the OTC. Their headquarters is in Boca Raton, Florida. They have a headquarters in Berlin, Germany, and they also have headquarters in Dubai and the United Arab Emirates. So again, as you look at the business, and you look at any business, any company, you have to ask yourself, how long have they been around? Have they gone through that formulation period? And have they been able to come through the trials and tribulations and still be in business and still be growing? And that is where Doobly is today, 10 years later. Now, the second piece to that equation is really the people behind the scenes that's steering the company. Now, as I mentioned, they were a publicly traded company, and as such, they have a board of directors. Now, Blas Moros is chairman of the board. Blas was one of the original founders with Bill Gates at Microsoft. In fact, he is credited with much of Microsoft's international expansion through Central and South America, as well as the Pacific Rim in China. Blas is credited as the 5th most important person in Microsoft's history. Now, Lester Rosenkrantz is also on the board of directors. Lester has been instrumental in assisting a number of companies moving from the private sector into the public sector. He's also been on the board of a number of publicly traded companies. David Sassnet, also on the board of directors. David has been on the board of a number of NASDAQ publicly traded companies. He was the chief financial officer for a NASDAQ publicly traded company. Also been very instrumental in assisting Doobly in ensuring that their financial model was such that it would be profitable to the company, as well as being something that would be of value to the consumers, as well as those who chose to engage on the business side. Michael Hansen is the founder, is the creator, if you will, of Doobly. He is the president and the chief executive officer. Also, in terms of personnel, is the people that are involved in the day-to-day operations. Now, Doobly spent a number of years finding the right people to put into the right positions. Now, they've gone to companies like Microsoft and Amazon, Google, Living Social, to find the right people so that they could ensure that they had the best that they could find to deliver a great product to the consumer and to run a very effective business on a day-to-day basis for those people engaged on the business side. And that includes everybody from Eric Nelson, who's the Chief Financial Officer, to Rick Daglio, who's the Chief Technology Officer. He came from Microsoft. Rich Roberson, who's the Director of Customer Support. He was the head of one of the nation's largest customer support groups. Alex Petrolak, who handles what is called the CMO division, which is the standalone Doobly Partner division. So again, they went out to find the best people they could to make sure they put them in the right positions to have a very, very effective company. So when you look at history, you look at the time the company's been in development, what they went through in that development, what kind of people are guiding the company, and who's handling the day-to-day business. The next piece that's important, and probably the most important, is what is the offering to the public? What is the offering to the consumer? And the reason that we say that's the most important is because if you truly want to have a long-term business, if you really want to have a business that will generate residual income for you year in and year out, if you want a business that in your heart of hearts you know you can hand down to your children or grandchildren, then it's critical that you have a business with a retail customer willing to pay full retail price for your product or service with no vested interest or even knowledge there's a business opportunity attached. And this is the foundation. This is what has taken this company so many years to get to, and it's based on 4 pillars: travel, entertainment, shopping, and media. Now, when you look at the travel side, this is built on a global platform. It allows everybody, regardless of the country that they live in, to be able to log into the travel site and have access to all the major search engines that are available in their country. For example, here in the U.S., it doesn't matter if somebody's using Expedia, Travelocity, Priceline, Orbiz, Hotels.com, you name it, they're all there. Now, here's what Doobly has done. Everything I'm showing you, what we call Doobly.com, the retail side of the business, is absolutely free to the consumers. They just register with their name and email, and they have access to everything I'm showing you for free. Now, it doesn't matter if a given customer is registered with one of these providers and gets discounts, upgrades, special allowances, whatever it is, they get it all. Doesn't matter whose credit card they use. If they get a credit card from a provider that gives them coupons or frequent flyer miles or discounts or cashback, they get it all. And Doobly pays them cash back on the best price, the best of the best that they can't get going direct to exactly the same source. Now, the second piece of the equation is the shopping mall. Now, this is one of the largest shopping malls in the world. Same situation here. It doesn't matter what store you're looking for. If you're looking for Target, Kmart, Walmart, Nordstrom, Lord & Taylor, Apple products, you name it, they're all there. If you're registered as a customer with a given store, you get special discounts, coupons, cash back, you get it all. Doesn't matter whose credit card you're using. From a provider, cash back, frequent flyer miles, you get it all. You literally get the best deal, the best price, the best of the best delivered to your home, and Doobly gives the customer cash back on the best deal, the best price they cannot get going direct to exactly the same source doing exactly the same thing. Now, the third pillar is entertainment. Now, the entertainment is really broken into 2 pieces. Now, one is totally free, and that is everything that the consumer would want in terms of music videos. And by the way, this is all streaming. It's no longer about downloads, download capacities, storage capacities. It's about what do you have access to. One of the largest music libraries out there in the world today with over 18 million songs. You can search by song, artist, genre, album, all the music videos you would want. Literally tens of thousands of internet radio stations from around the world, tens of thousands of flash games for the kids, single multiplayer games, all for free, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You can listen, view it, play with it, whatever. Now, the second piece to entertainment is the subscription side. Now, these are products that consumers today are already using. If you happen to subscribe to Netflix, it's part of the Doobly Entertainment. Sirius Radio, part of the Doobly Entertainment. if you use ebooks, audiobooks, those types of things, it's all part of Downpour. Downpour is one of the major labels that are out there today that give customers access to all of that. If you use Redbox, it's in the entertainment section. So again, those types of things where you're looking for access to television program, movies at the theater, all of those types of things that customers are using already today, it's in the back office, it's there, and it's available to them as well. And the fourth piece, the fourth pillar, if you will, is media. Now here's what's important about the media. When the biggest challenge for commerce or e-commerce today is loyalty. Why should a customer stay loyal to a given store? It can't be about price, because if it is, you lose. So what Doobly has done is they give access to all of our free customers their own email address at doobly.com. Now, the same company that put together the database management system and one of the largest email systems in the nation for one of the largest telecom companies put the same system together for Doobly. So in other words, it's on par with the big boys, the AOLs, the Yahoos, whoever the big guns that are out there, the Gmails. Same security protocol, same firewall protections, identical. We also give our free customers cloud storage. Now this is becoming a very, very big issue for consumers today. In fact, there are companies today that their entire business model is based around selling cloud storage. We give our customers cloud storage for free. The average consumer today doesn't think about backing up their computer until something happens. The computer crashes, they get a virus, whatever, and then they lose the things that are important to them, the family pictures and the family movies or any digital material they bought and paid for. Now Doobly's made it simple. They made it easy that the customers can back up all of those things that are near and dear to them in the cloud. If something happens to their computer, then all they do is they download it onto the re-download it down on the new computer, the repaired computer, and they don't lose those things. So very, very important reason why the customers, again, stay loyal to Doobly. The other thing that Doobly knows is customers today are using a lot of the social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. They're reading a lot of the magazines, newspapers online, USA Today, Time, CNN, all of them that are there. Now here's the interesting thing about that. Normally when people use, for example, social media, they leave where they're at and they go to Facebook to post something. They leave where they're at, they go to Twitter to send out a tweet. They leave where they're at, they go to USA Today to read the newspaper. They leave where they're at to go to Time to read the magazine. Now the consumer can have all of these news feeds driven to their homepage. They don't have to leave where they're at. It's all there for them. Simple, easy, convenient. And it, again, creates that loyalty, creates the fun, creates the excitement around having that all at their access at one central point. The other thing that Doobly has done that's integrated into their entire business model is this. There's a term out there called gamification. Now, this has been in development for a number of years. And if you've ever watched one of these commercials on television where they say, text this number or this name to this number, well, that's called gamification. It's getting customers engaged physically with a given company to create an interaction, to create loyalty. So it's all about making customers feel good, feel involved, feeling like they're part of something, what we would call the friendly, warm and fuzzies. Well, Doobly is now built into the gamification aspect of the Doobly business model, where they recognize customers for how they use the shopping mall, how they use the entertainment, how they refer other customers. They will get rewards. They will get recognition. They will get the things that are exciting. It's fun. It creates that loyalty that they will be part of the Doobly business for years and years to come. So in addition to that, this piece here I'm about to show you is going to pay, and read between the lines here, it's going to pay huge dividends down the road here. But currently what Doobly is wanting to do is they're going to make sure that every customer has access to the Doobly branded MasterCard. Now this is a debit MasterCard. This allows the customer to take the cash back, the cash they earn from Doobly.com, load it onto their debit MasterCard, and they can take it offline. They can use it anywhere that MasterCard's accepted. Take it to an ATM machine, pull the cash out, do whatever you want to do. And as I say, down the road, this will pay additional huge benefits to the consumer as well as those who choose to engage on the business side. Now, as I mentioned, everything I just walked you through is absolutely free to the customers. But we also have some subscription models if they choose to do so. One of them is called our premium membership. It's $4.95 a month on a month-to-month basis. Now, what the premium customer gets is this. They get everything a free customer gets, plus they get an additional 4% on every single dollar they spend in the mall, in the entertainment, in the travel, across the board, and it's paid annually like the Costco model. Now, I use Costco as an example because my wife and I have our corporate Costco card. Now, we pay $135 a year for the Costco card, and at the end of the year, we get 2% cash back, and there's generally enough cash to buy the next year's Costco card. But it gets us nothing from any other company, any other store. Now here, $4.95 a month, call it $5 a month, $60 a year, an additional 4% on top of whatever the free percentage is from every store, and every store gives something. 4%, it'll be the largest chunk of money a customer sees delivered to their bank account that they've ever seen at one given time. It's an amazing offering from Doobly when you think about $4.95 a month. Now, the premium customers also get additional cloud storage. They get 5 gigabytes, where the free customer gets 2 gigabytes. And then on the entertainment side, they can create playlists and save them. They can create multiple playlists, whether you're talking about music or videos or the games, the radio station. They can swap this among other subscribing customers, post them on social media. Again, it's another reason for a mere $4.95 a month. It's fun and exciting, and it's great value for the premium customer. Then we also have what we call our VIP membership. So these are our VIP customers. They're $99 for the year, one-time fee. Again, they get everything a free customer gets, but now they get an additional 6% on every single dollar they spend in the shopping mall, in the entertainment, in the travel, but this is paid monthly. They don't have to wait a year. It's paid every single month along with the free percentage. Now, they get 100 gigabytes of free cloud storage. Now, there are companies out there today selling 50 gigabytes for almost the same price, and Doobly's given 100 gigabytes away for free with a $99 VIP membership. It's an amazing offering. They get the same in the entertainment in terms of the saving of playlists, and then they have access to 2 additional programs. One is what we call our customer referral program, and the other is our VIP benefits program. Now, the benefits program includes everything where they get a golf card, they get discounts and benefits on golf courses all over the world. They get what they call the Sporting Events 365, where they have access to a lot of tickets for sporting events or operas or theaters or whatnot, a lot of times when they're not available elsewhere at great prices. The Priority Pass, you get great discounts when you buy the Priority Pass. It happens to be something I use every year. I've been buying it for years because I travel so much. And I buy the Priority Pass. It gets me 10 free entries into the clubs at the airport, and it generally costs me about $235, $240 a year. Now, as a VIP member with Doobly, my discount with them when I go to buy my Priority Pass is much greater than my $99 that I have to pay for my VIP membership. So it's like they pay it for me, and I get everything else for free. So there will be a lot more benefits being added to that, but the current list of benefits is just amazing. And then there's the VIP customer referral program, and this is where a VIP customer refers another individual who becomes a VIP customer. Doobly will pay them one time at $20 for saying thank you for having referred the individual. So now if they do that 5 times during the course of the year, that's $100. Their membership was free. Or they can continue to refer people and make an extra $100, $200, $300 a month just by showing people how to save money, save time, have a great buying experience by just sharing the information with people. Again, an amazing offering from Doobly on everything that they're currently doing on the Doobly.com, the retail side of the business. And folks, this is the foundation. This is the base in terms of the offering to the public. This is where they really wanted to be 2 to 3 years ago. Now, let's change gears a moment. Let's talk a little bit about the business side. Now, what Doobly has done here is they consolidated all of the products that they used to sell individually to business associates in the one package. Now, this is everything from the Doobly Academy to the Doobly Business System, all of the tools for Facebook and Google and reporting systems, all of that. And so when an individual in North America decides to engage with Doobly and wants to become a business associate, they will pay a one-time fee of $499. Now, that's the only price, the only fee that they have to pay. Now, starting year number 2, so that's going to be in the 13th month, there's a $39 a month administrative fee that handles everything that Doobly's personnel does on behalf of the business associates. Now, these are the people they've hired from companies to handle customer service, the incentivizing, the daily deals, the specials, the upselling, cross-selling, all those kinds of things are all done for the business associate on a global basis. So for $39 a month, that's your operating expense, if you want to look at it that way, to run a global business is amazing. Now, beyond the $4.99, when you become a business associate in North America, it's then a matter of what is your business plan? What is it you want to do? How fast do you want your business to grow? What kind of business do you want to have? International business. What type of money would you like to earn? Well, they do have products available for the business associates to fit those particular needs. Now, I took you through the vouchers, or through the premium and the VIP memberships for customers. Well, what the company has done is they put together packages for both the VIPs and the premium memberships. Now, on the premium side, for $300, you'll get 20 3-month premium membership vouchers that you can use and give away, incentivize people. For $500, you get 40. On the VIP side, you can get 3 VIP memberships for a year for $295, or you can get 5 for $485. Now, people that are becoming business associates with Doobly, a lot of times, they've been doing their own marketing. They have their own database. They've got their own companies, their own websites, whatever the case may be. They may have employees. And they use these vouchers to incentivize their database, to incentivize their promotions. You know, they may do offline marketing. They may be running, magazine articles or those types of things. And so they will use these to show people what Doobly's offering is. And once they've used it, then they stay with Doobly as a customer. And it's just a way of utilizing those types of products to move their database and become part of the Doobly family, if you will, on the consumer side. The other package that we have is what we call our TLA package. This is the Team Leader Accelerator package. Now, this is a promotional piece. This is not a permanent piece in the overall Doobly business plan. And this particular product is not for the masses. This is designed specifically for business people. It's designed for people who have made good money from whatever line of endeavor they come from. They learn how to run a business. They know how to take care of their customers. They know how to take care of their people. Or it can be for somebody that just wants to move fast. Now, it's $2,495. It includes the $499 that all business associates will pay when they engage with Doobly as a business associate. It includes 2 of the packages of the VIP memberships, so it gives them 10. And it also includes what we call our partner certification training. Now, the partner program is a standalone private, or I shouldn't say private label, but co-branded Doobly.com site for both profit companies and nonprofit companies. It's included in the Team Leader Accelerator package, and it also gets them an immediate promotion to Team Leader. I refer to this as a rapid rank advancement tool. Now, you'll understand this a little bit more as we go through the compensation plan, but again, this is designed specifically for those kinds of people that look at Doobly, see what's happening in terms of e-commerce, get excited about wanting to be engaged, but the kind of people that say, I want to move fast, I don't want to leave any money on the table. This is designed specifically for them. So let's go and take a look at the compensation plan so that we can pull this all together. And there's 2 sources of income. One is through Doobly.com, which is the pure retail side of the business, personal retail customers, and through Doobly Network, which is the earnings that we will generate off of customers in an organization that we're building worldwide. So when somebody engages with Doobly, they pay the $499. They become what we call a business associate. They get the title, as I mentioned, of what we call team member. Now, as such, they will earn a 25% commission on all commissionable transactions generated by their customers and referred customers. Now, there is a viral growth aspect to this model that's really never been seen before in a business model. In fact, the closest thing to it would probably be the social media, Facebook, Twitter, those types of things. And what it means is this. This business associate may have a friend that lives across the street that becomes a customer. This friend has a brother in the military stationed in Germany that becomes a customer, who has a good friend of his in the military in Japan that becomes a customer, who has a good friend of his that just got out of the military and now lives in California, and has a brother that is in Texas that became a customer, and their sister lives in Vermont that became a customer. So in other words, the business associate has no idea who any of these people are. But Doobly treats them all as if the business associate personally enrolled them. So the business associate gets paid on every single commissionable transaction that every single one of those customers generate worldwide. Again, it's really an amazing offering to the business associate. Now, excuse me. The second source of income is on the business building side through Doobly Network. Excuse me. Now, this is where we have the ability to earn an additional 5 to as much as 27.5% on all of the commissions generated by our organizational customers. Kind of got all choked up there. So what happens is this. when an individual engages, they do at least the 499, as I mentioned, they're given the title of team member. As a team member, they are at the entry-level position in the business building side. And as such, they're entitled to 5% commission on any of the products that anybody that they personally enroll will purchase in any of the transactions generated by their customers. Now, when they have personally enrolled 3 individuals who get the title of team member, they'll get a promotion to what we call team leader. That's just a title that the Doobly has given to the individual. As a team leader, they pick up an additional 5%, so now what we call their cumulative earnings capability doubles to 10%. Now, I refer to the compensation plan as a differential, meaning this individual here, the team leader, gets paid the difference between what he's entitled to, which is 10%, and what the people in his business are entitled to, and they're entitled to 5%. And the difference is 5. So this team leader will earn 5% on all the products being bought by all the new people becoming part of the business over here, and all of the transactions being generated by their customers. So in other words, his income is growing. Team leader will earn 10% on any new business that he starts, and then 5% on that business as it grows and matures. So that's how the differential starts to work. Now, if you had selected the TLA package, you would start here as a team leader immediately with no organization and be entitled to earn 10% on even the very first 3 people products that you personally enroll in the business. So it gives you a jump start on the earning side because you selected the TLA package. Now I'm going to come back to that as we go through the compensation plan, but I'm going to walk you through the compensation plan as we build it organically. So what we're going to do is we're going to help these 3 individuals duplicate the process that this individual did. In other words, each one of these 3 will enroll their 3 personal. So they become a team leader. When each one of these folks are a team leader, this individual gets another promotion, what we call team coordinator. He picks up another 5%, so his cumulative total now is 15. But the differential is still 5 because it's 15% minus 10. But now the numbers over here are growing much larger. So in other words, the team coordinator's income is growing. The team coordinator will earn 15% on new business he starts, 10% on the business as it grows and matures. When it becomes a team leader, he'll earn 5%. So I think you start to get a feel for how the differential works. Now, if we take this one step further, helping these 3 people who each have 3 duplicate the process. So in other words, we're going to help their 3 people enroll their 3. So these individuals will all become team coordinators, just like this individual did. And when that happens, this individual gets another promotion to what we call sales director. As a sales director, picks up another 5%, so the cumulative capability is now 20. The differential is still 5, because it's 20% as a sales director minus 15 as a team coordinator is 5%. But now the numbers over here are getting much, much larger, so the income is growing significantly. They'll earn 20% on new business they start, 15% on that business as it grows and matures, 10% on the business when it reaches the rank of team leader. So again, you start to see how that differential works. Now, one thing about a sales director, most of our people who reach the position of sales director normally will have between 50 and 250 people in their business. But I want to just give you kind of an example of a couple of things. If we lived in a perfect world, which we do not, and somebody enrolls with Doobly for the $4.99, they're given the title of team member. When they enroll 3 people, they're promoted to team leader. When you help the 3 enroll 3 more for 9 total, 9 plus 3 would be 12, you're promoted to team coordinator. Help the 9 enroll their 3 for 27 more, so now you get a total of 39 in your group. You now are promoted to sales director. Again, most sales directors get there between 50 to 250 people in their business as they're building it. If you selected the TLA package, you were a team leader when you started by buying the TLA package. If you enrolled 3 people using the TLA package, you're promoted to team coordinator with a group of 3. You help the 3 enroll their 3 using the TLA package. That's 9 more. You're promoted to sales director with a group of 12, not the normal 50 to 250. That's why I refer to it as a rapid rank advancement tool. It just allows the individual to get to the higher positions quicker so that as their business matures and grows, as it must do, then they're maximizing their income and they're leaving less and less income on the table. Now, the next position from sales director is what we call vice president, and this is where it's going to change a little bit. You need to have 5 sales teams, and someplace in each one of the sales teams needs to be a sales director. They do not need to be personally enrolled. They can be anywhere. When that happens, you're promoted to vice president. You pick up another 5%. Your cumulative total now is 25%. And now the differential between a vice president and a sales director is still only 5%, but now the numbers are becoming massive. I mean, absolutely massive. The income is very, very significant. Vice presidents will earn 25% on new business they start, 20% on the business as it grows and matures. They'll earn, when it becomes a team leader, they'll earn 15%. So again, I think you see how the differential continues to work. The top position in our business is what we call senior vice president. Same basic structure, 5 sales teams. In each one of the sales teams needs to be a vice president. Again, they don't need to be personally enrolled. And you pick up an additional 2.5%. So now the senior vice president's aggregate total is 27.5. The differential between a senior vice president and a vice president is 2.5%. Now that may seem like a small number, but the size of the organization is massive, and the income you take to the bank is unprecedented. We have two senior vice presidents in the business. They're both in Europe, and their income is staggering. So it is the top position in our business. It's what key leaders, key business people strive to attain, because the income, especially on the residual side, is very, very significant. This gives you a quick recap in one page of what I just walked you through. These are the titles. As you can see, 5% was assigned to each one of these positions in terms of earnings, 2.5% to senior vice president. These are aggregate totals. And as you build your business and you hit the rank of team coordinator, you will have team coordinators in your business. And you will earn what we call a generational override of 2% on the first generation of a team coordinator all the way through his entire group. Sales directors will pick up 2 generations, 2% and 1. Vice presidents pick up 3 generations, 2, 2 and 1. Senior vice presidents will pick up 2 generations, 1.5 and 1. And again, these may seem like small numbers, but folks, the income is massive. It's dollars and cents that you take to the bank. It is not percentages. Now, let me kind of recap this presentation in this fashion. I use a couple of analogies as examples. If you think about the banks and the credit card companies that issue the credit cards, they make billions of dollars annually on credit card transaction fees. So I always ask the question, do you think they really care where you use your credit card? The answer is no, they don't. They just want you using the credit card so that they earn the transaction fee. Now, the other analogy I use is Amazon. Now, when Amazon got started in their formulation years, they were a bookseller. In the beginning, they had some initial challenges, which they quickly overcame. They've increased their product line, and today they're a very, very successful international company. But if you'd had a friend that was in ownership with Amazon in their formulation years and negotiated even a small transaction fee on every transaction they ever generated moving forwards in the future, what kind of income would you be earning today? Well, it would be astronomical, but it was never part of the equation. If you understand those two analogies, if you understand what I've just showed you in Doobly.com, and that is the foundation, that is the base, this is from here it's going to grow, then you start to understand what we're talking about, because what Doobly knows, and this comes from the experts, is this. Everything that people have historically done, getting in the car, spending money on gasoline, their time, their energy, going from place to place to place, they will do online or already are doing online. But they will not go to 10, 20, 30 websites to do that. They will do it only in communities where they feel safe and secure, communities that are fun, exciting, communities that will bring them something of value they cannot get going direct to exactly the same source. Folks, that is exactly what I've showed you Doobly is building. Down here down the road in the next 6, 12, 18, 24 months, it will include everything from children's education to how you source and pay for your health insurance, life insurance, phone bills, telephone bills, you name it. It will all be there. Customers will be doing it in the Doobly community because it is fun, it is exciting, and it brings them something of value they can't get going direct to exactly the same source. And every single transaction they generate will be commissionable to those of us involved in the business. And people will ask us the same question, or at least the same type of question, that they would ask about the credit cards, and that is, do we care where people go on the internet? And the answer will be no. We want them coming through us first, then they can go do what they would like to do, because every transaction they generate will be commissionable to us. Folks, it is a pleasure for me to be able to share what I call the Doobly story. I appreciate the time and the effort you've made to watch this presentation. Our goal is to always give you the best information that we can, so that you have that information in a proper professional manner to make the best decision for you and your family. Whatever decision that is, it's your decision. Our job is just to make sure that we got it to you correctly. This is not just about a business opportunity. This is about the possibility of being part of history in the making. There will be books written on this model, just as there were books written on Sam Walton and Walmart, and how Walmart changed the dynamics of the public forever. and they will write books on the Doobly model on how Doobly changed the dynamics of the public globally forever. Again, it's a pleasure.